Hi, I'm David Norris, and I'm serving up the perfect podcast, Pompey Platter with Russ, Daz and Haz. Play up, Pompey!
Murphy scores! A magnificent goal! That's just wonderful from Josh Murphy! Shaughnessy, great saving! Shaughnessy at the near post! Chance for Colby Bishop over the goalkeeper, off the post and into the back of the net! Colby Bishop! Lang's got his fourth! A fourth for Callum Lang!
Right. Hello everyone and welcome to the Pompey Platter podcast, episode 9 of series 2 after the Lord Mayor's show. As always, joined by Haz and Daz. How are we, boys? Hello?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. You?
Bastards.
Yeah, sweet, thank you much.
Hilarious. Well, I hope you both had a shit week.
Pretty much.
Nah, man, I'm only joking. Love you, really. Daz, how did your charity event go?
Yeah, it was good. Had a really good turnout. Rained a little bit, but it was all good. I think where we're at now, we've done it for like 4 years. I think we're at about 8 grand so far, which is good for a
Good
bunch of
effort.
like everyone just getting together and a kick around. It's because we did it later in the year this year, we did have a bit more of a mixture of people. It was less like sort of the boys, if you like, if you say, because obviously a lot of us now have got other commitments and things like that. So trying to get to the thing, sounds a bit of a pain. But no, it was a good turnout. We had like 6 teams, like 6 or 7 aside. Well, 6 aside, obviously, when 1 or 2 teams had subs, raffle and that kind of stuff. Yeah, good laugh, good excuse to get everyone together. And like my mate Quelchi, he would love to have been there, but it's in his memory, and his parents are really appreciative every year, and they're top people as well.
Do you make much money? Do you know you raised how much you made?
Well, this is our 4th time of doing it. We've raised about 8 grand. We raise between like 1,500 and 2 grand every time we do it. So
That's well good.
Good.
So it's not too bad.
That's really
Obviously,
good.
anyone who plays chips in 15 quid. Obviously, you also get a lot of people that say they're going to play, chip in, and then don't, so they just leave it in there. And we have like a raffle. We've got like half decent prizes in it and things like that. And I think Quelchi, his dad's company, I think they donated about 750 quid this year. So it's we're slowly growing it as well. We've got a few ideas for next year to make it like a bit more interesting, not interesting, but funny and stuff like that as well. So we'll and then hopefully we can start building the social medias and stuff like that on it as well. But yeah, it's going well. And as I said, good excuse to get everyone together as well.
Brilliant. That's good to hear, mate. I'm glad it all went well.
Cheers, mate.
I do want to address some slightly sad news that's come out this evening. Billy Vigor, who played for Chichester City, unfortunately hit his head on a brick wall during their game last week, and it's just been announced that sadly he has passed away. I'm sure the boys will join me in saying, hearts go out to the family and friends and the teammates and anyone associated with the club. And just hope, just terrible news. We were talking about in the chat earlier that how is this even a thing? Do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's situations like this where probably the FA will have to do something now when they should have done it before anything came about. But anything you boys want to add?
Yeah, just how sad it is, and as I said, as we said in the chat, I've played at a number of grounds that have or had brick walls. Wimborne Town, old stadium, old ground used to have brick wall around it, and now obviously they've moved into a more like modern facility where they haven't got it. It's just like like fence now. I don't know how much that would make a difference or not, depending on, obviously I haven't seen the situation, what happened with the lad. But yeah, it's sad, and I really obviously hopefully that the FA can step in and start like thinking about certain grounds, because the non-league clubs, some of them just can't afford it. They live like from game to game, so wanting to change it is good, and you do want them to change it, but like some clubs just can't afford it. Maybe that bit of work might put them under. So hopefully the FA can maybe step in now.
Yeah, as you say, this isn't the first time it happened. Obviously, you had Alex Fletcher at Bath a couple of years ago. You would have thought that something might have changed then. He was lucky and managed to pull through. Unfortunately, it's gone one step further, and it just doesn't feel like it's good enough. That it's these grounds are still like it. There's plenty of money available higher up the pyramid, and they've got to help the grassroots out. And thoughts and prayers go to family, friends, and all the teammates at Chichester City, because it's going to be a very, very sad place for a while.
Right, moving on then to Saturday's game. Daz wasn't able to see it as he had his charity match, but
You picked the right day, Daz, I'll tell you.
Yeah, definitely.
Were you able to see any? I'd imagine you've seen the goals and that, but have you managed to watch any more?
No, I've seen the highlights. I was going to watch the extended highlights, but just didn't get round to it in the end, and it's probably a good thing. Obviously, seen the goals, the free kick, which I really don't like. Look, I've looked at it a couple of times, and it gets worse every time you look at it. And obviously, the second goal is just like
We'll get there.
one of those things, isn't it? But yeah, I've watched the highlights and things like that, and I've just listened to what John Messino said and what everyone has said online. Obviously, you take what people say online with a little bit of pinch of salt, just because you never know. Like, people sometimes have their agendas. But I listened to John Messino's interview when he's only reacted like that a couple of times, so I know it must have been bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk first, if you boys don't mind, about the goal, the first goal.
Okay.
Just because, obviously I've never played at a high standard, but I have played in goal a lot of my life. And this isn't. I always told. I don't know if it's different now. I don't know if it's different at professional level. The wall is your responsibility as a goalkeeper. You decide how many's in that wall, and you decide where they are. Whether that might change now, you got set piece coaches and stuff like that. But the fact they left a gap, which is a target for any free kick taker, it makes it easier. And Killip gambled on him, Bannon going to Killip's right. And before he even started running up, he started moving. The whole thing was just calamity. Don't get me wrong. I think Dazelle gave the free kick away. The whole thing was stupid. We just allowed them to run through us, and Dazelle had to just do a last ditch tackle because it just looked like no one was going to do anything. So that's also there to blame. But if you really want to force your free kick taker, the opposing free kick taker, to go the way you want them to go, don't leave a gap. Just don't leave a gap. Just bring Swift over in there. And then if he hits it that side, it has to be one hell of a free kick. I've seen some people say, what a terrific free kick. No, it weren't. It really wasn't. It landed 2 yards from where Killip should have been, and where he started. It just pissed me off. I even turned to my dad. I know he's listening. And I turned to him and said, this is a goal. You could just see it. It was just really poorly set up from a keeper's perspective. I would have been fuming with myself if I let that in. As I said, whether it's changed, whether they have set piece takers and set piece coaches, that wasn't good enough for me. I don't know what you boys thought of
it. It was, as you said, he was clearly gambling. It seemed like the wall was set up for a right-footed player, which there obviously was stood there waiting with Bannon. I think it was Liam Palmer. But again, you got to think of it's Liam Palmer. He's playing right wing back, or mostly a right back. Is he really going to take a free kick over Barry Bannon when Barry Bannon stood there? The wall is quite far over to stop him going round the wall. And when he takes it, obviously Killip takes the gamble, the think he's going to go up and over the wall. And it is a good free kick from Bannon. Not necessarily the actual free kick, as in the IQ of going, knowing that Killip or seeing Killip is going that way, and then going the other way. The IQ of the free kick is better than the actual finish of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It is a gamble from Killip. It didn't pay off. It's not good when the goalkeeper gets beaten keeper side from a free kick. It's not great, and it's not really acceptable. But I will also say you also had one in the Premier League this week, last weekend. I'm not saying this is a defence, but even keepers of a higher quality in a higher league are still doing the same thing.
So do you think, like what I said earlier, do you think it's taken off the goalies now? There's more of a set-piece coach's job. Like, the level I played at, you never had a coach that did set plays. It was just...
I don't think it should be... Well, I would say it should be predominantly down to the goalkeeper. Maybe there could be an input from... Well, it would now be Michael Doyle. But I would like my goalkeeper to say the most of it and have... Maybe they've discussed it previously. It might not be Michael Doyle saying, I want you to have 5 players. It could be, how many would you want in this situation? Or I want 4, which is what he had. And then Michael Doyle kind of goes away and puts everyone else where he wants them to be. We don't know that. It's just a gamble he took, and it was the wrong gamble, I think, unfortunately. But just because of, I think it's heightened because of a lot of people's views on Killip. He's getting a lot of the hate anyway. And I think this just kind of adds fuel to the fire. Whereas if this was Nico, I know Nico's got a lot more credit in the bank. So I understand that. But I don't think anyone would have been as drastic with their comments about it if it was Nico rather than Killip.
For me, I think, and obviously this is my opinion, I've never played in goal and stuff like that, but as obviously being a coach and manager and things like that, so how I'd want my goalkeeper to act in that instance, especially that close to the 18-yard box, is that obviously if there's going to be a play on that pitch that could get the ball over the wall from that position and that far out from the 18-yard box, it probably would be Bannon. But I would rather my keeper use the wall to cover that area. And then if Bannon can still get it over the wall and still beat the keeper, then fair play. Like, you hold your hands up. The fact that Killip's tried to gamble and then gone across and then he's gone the keeper side, it just makes me feel that he's gone with the harder decision for the keeper. Like, he's made it easier for Bannon.
Oh, he made it loads easier. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, if Bannon gets it over the wall, because I think I saw Millwall's free kick the other day, which was kind of similar. He got it over the wall, but obviously you can't put a load of pace on it unless you smash it through the wall. And the keeper couldn't get to it, and it's one of those. It's just a great free kick. But the fact that people have said that Bannon's free kick is good, I don't agree. I think I think it's a sign of not a confident keeper. I don't think Schmid gambles and tries to go across like that. I think he sort of trusts himself and thinks, you know what, if Bannon gets this over the wall and still gets it in, then there's not a lot he could do about it. It's frustrating, and as I said, I don't think it's a good free kick, really. I think apparently Bannon was constantly looking over the wall, and that's where he's going to put it. But it's like, if you're a keeper and you're going to fall for that at this level,
I just think he notices Killip moves and goes, "Oh shit, there we go.
Yeah,
I've got my gap now," and just goes for it.
But there was also a gap between. Do you feel like the gap between the end of the wall and
Oh,
Swift was too
Yeah,
big.
but that's what I mean. It gave him that target. It kind of makes it easier. It's like giving a player, especially someone like Bannon, just like if they were just closer, he had to then bend it right round the wall to do that, and that's a lot harder. And if he does it, fair play.
Because if you're gonna, it's kind of like if Killip feels comfortable in thinking he's not going to go keeper's side, and he wants to take that shift over because he thinks he's going to go over the wall, then he has to make sure that John Swift is either closer to the wall or have another player kind of make a second wall.
Yeah.
So then Swift is stood with someone together as like a 2-man wall to cover the keeper's side, and then he can then kind of go over.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Let him try and go over the wall, like, because that's the harder of the two than it is to get it on target on Killip's side.
Exactly.
Like if Killip's not there and the wall's set up at the same position, Barry Bannon is going to go to the right and the keeper's side if there's no keeper there. So that's where he's going to go. So make that area difficult, and the other side make that like as difficult as possible. And if he can still get it over the wall and under the crossbar, then you have to hold your hands up. But I mean, it's just I think he just made the wrong decision. I don't know whether, like, if anything, the Joe Perdomo should be making those decisions on the keeper from set pieces. Like, I know we have a set piece coach, but that usually is attacking and defending rather than the keeper making a decision. So I would like to think Joe Perdomo would be the one like walking Killip through how to like deal with certain free kicks.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not as much as that goal pissed me off. We didn't lose that game because of Killip.
I actually thought apart from that, I actually thought he had a good game.
Yeah, there's a few. He just what it is with him, and I noticed what it was Saturday. Is so many times the ball would just be straight at him, and you so. And I know you're going to say, well, if he was the same level as Schmidt, he's not going to be the same. But you know when it's like, yeah, but I still just expect better, even if he's not the same level. A shot would be straight at him, and he's diving around, pushing out for corners, and I'm like, you could have just fucking caught that. What are you doing? I mean, nothing.
But if he doesn't feel like he's ready, if he doesn't feel confident enough to catch it, the next best thing is to push it out as far away as possible, and that's what he was doing.
I agree, but the issue with it is it always causes defence to be edgy. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know why.
It just does. Throughout football.
The shot stopping part of his game, there isn't an issue of it. There was multiple chances. You had Ingleson before even the free kick. Then you had another one that went to the other side of the goal in the first half, where he got there and he pushed it round. He might make it look a bit more dramatic than it needs to be,
Certainly
but
does.
at the end of the day, he was saving these.
Yeah.
And he was pushing them out. If he thinks there's any chance, if I might drop this if I catch it, I'd rather he did what he did and push it away.
Definitely, and as I said, this loss wasn't on Killip at all. There's a lot more factors to it. It's just I think the why I just can't warm to him is just he doesn't give me confidence. That's all it is. Just a couple of times I wish he would just stand there and catch the ball. You know what I mean, and it's stop giving a corner away because like for me it's like well you're just putting us under more pressure doing. But that's just me being picky. He was fine Saturday, other than the first goal. I'll tell you who didn't have a good first half, and maybe up there as one of the worst performances I've ever seen, and that's John Swift. That man could not pass the ball 5 yards Saturday. I've never seen anything like it.
To go from such an amazing performance against Scum to that was a bit bizarre. But to be fair, the whole team went from such a great performance against Scum to absolutely shitting the bed against Sheffield Wednesday.
Certainly did. But Swift's performance was just on another level.
I don't know if there's a mentality issue within the players, because we had the same situation last season where we beat Leeds. There was a big build up to the Leeds game at Fratton Park. We beat Leeds 1-0. And then, as a fan, we should expect to be able to go and then beat Plymouth, and we should have expected to go and beat Sheffield Wednesday. But the players clearly felt, well, I don't need to try as hard, because we had the same situation when we beat Leeds. We then lost at home to Plymouth. You know, you beat top of the table, you lose to one of the shittest teams in the Championship has ever seen, and then you draw away to your arch rivals in a good performance and arguably could have won away. And then you come to a team that haven't won in the league this year. They've got half a team full of young kids because half of their squad left. Yes, they've still got Iorfa, they've got Max Lowe, they've got Bannon, but there was a hell of a lot of young kids in that squad, and I felt like we were very complacent. We, even from kickoff, we just sat back. That's not. We should be going there. They have their second choice keeper in goal as well because Pierce Charles is out injured. From kickoff, we just went, you can have the ball and come at us. We're the home team against a team that are financially ridden, are struggling to get anything from anyone. Yeah, okay, they've been slightly unlucky in a couple of results, but you've got to go and punish these teams. We've been in this position. No one feels sorry for you, like, during the game. You've got to go and whoop them. And we just sat off and just let them dictate it. And I just think there's got to be some kind of complacency within the squad that they've got to sort it out, because it's still, irrespective of the fact that they do have these problems and they've got a bunch of young kids mixed in with some experienced heads, they've got something to fight for. They've got their club to fight for, their contract, their paycheck. You need to. It just shows that no game is easy in the Championship. You need to be up and ready. And even Messino said he could have made 11 changes at half time, and I pretty much agree with all of that, what he said.
No, easily. That it's up there as one of the, it probably. I know some people have gone on about like the Leyton Orient game and the Blackpool game. I can't remember which one. One of them, I think we were in a better team, but just every time the other team shot, it just seemed to go in. I can't remember which one it was. But that for me is probably the worst I've seen Messino at home. Sorry, Pompey under Messino at home. And he got to half time, 1-0 down, and he thought, well, it can't get any worse. There's no way we're going to come out and be that bad again. It's only 1-0. They're quite looking at them, they seem to have one good half, one bad half. Surely we're going to get back into this, and it just didn't happen. The situation with, we brought Swift off and brought on LaRue, who
He has to start against Ipswich.
For me, he was the best player for us on the pitch.
He was probably man of the match, and that tells you something, doesn't it? That your half-time substitution is a defensive midfielder.
And what a corner he has on him, by the way. Josh Knight come on for Swanson, which I thought, he must be injured, but don't seem to be. And I thought Swanson had a decent, probably one of the only few that had quite a decent first half. Was it? Do you think because he was on a yellow?
Yeah, I think so.
It just seemed odd, and it seemed also odd, and that's just because I still think the future is Paul. Well, it ain't going to happen at the moment, but in Messino's mind is the back four of Paul, Josh Knight, Shaughnessy, and obviously Ogilvie. I'm wondering if that's why he didn't bring Williams on. But obviously then poor Shaughnessy pulls up, and the young, I can't remember his name, the Sheffield Wednesday lad, Brown, that's it, gets on the end of it. I genuinely thought my dad was going to have a heart attack, which was quite funny. Going absolutely mad because he felt they should have kicked the ball out. I personally didn't. No. I would have been going mental if we had done that. I don't know how you two boys feel. For me, I got no issue with the goal.
Yeah, sorry, Bob, but I agree with Russ on that one. I don't see an issue with it. You play to the whistle. It's not a head injury. The referee's got no obligation to stop it. You play to the whistle. Brown was making his EFL debut. He's going to go through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and you expect him to stop the game and put it out. You know, I know obviously quite a few years ago now you had DeCanio basically caught the ball, didn't he, to stop?
And I would have killed him and all.
But yeah, Harry Redknapp was fuming about it, wasn't he? Because he was the manager at the time. He couldn't believe it. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it. It's just really unfortunate that it happened at that moment. You know, if that injury doesn't happen, Brown gets nowhere near it. Shognessy's way ahead of him and gets it and passes it back to Killip. But you got to take advantage, especially again, goes back to the position they're in. You got to take advantage of what you're given. You know, they're having such a bad season; they're probably still going to get relegated. I mean, it'd be a pretty big miracle if they stay up. So let them enjoy it. And as you said, if one of our players stopped, I'd be fuming. You got to play to the whistle, and if that means you go through and score a goal, you go and do it.
Yeah, and the bigger factor is clearly there might have been a couple of them having a go at the ref, but it wasn't such an error. Do you remember something similar happened with Villa Leeds a few seasons ago when they're both in the Championship and the Leeds players all kicked off? Maybe if the players had all kicked off and Messina was going mad, it might have made Sheffield Wednesday think we should give them a goal. Yeah. But where there wasn't much of a complaint, the ref.
I think because the Villa Leeds one was from a tackle. Yeah. You know, they caused it, whereas this is just no one's near him.
Yeah. And also Leeds looked like they were about to kick it out, but they didn't. I think it's Tyler Roberts, because I remember it. Like he looked like he was about to kick it off, but then kind of changes his mind last minute, and then they went on and scored. So I think that's what really came about from that. And I think Villa had kicked the ball out for Leeds in the first half of that game as well. So it was like, we did it for you, you did. And in that point where they had the ball, they weren't in a goal scoring opportunity. They were like on the halfway line, so they could have just easily just kicked it out, but they didn't. But no, like the Sheffield Wednesday, like I don't blame them for going through. It's frustrating and annoying. Like I would want Josh Murphy to say if he had the ball in that situation, I'd want him to go through and try and score.
For me,
it's one of, and Sheffield Wednesday are fighting for their lives at the moment, aren't they? If it was the last game of the season and it was two teams mid-table that weren't playing for anything, then you'd expect someone to kick it out because it's like there's nothing to gain from this really. But the where we are in the league and where Sheffield Wednesday are, I don't blame them. It's annoying and very frustrating. And I did see like some Sheffield Wednesday fans online giving it the big one afterwards about it, and it's kind of like, well, you kind of want the worst things to happen to their club, but you don't, obviously. But obviously, it's like tribalism and football and that kind of stuff in it. So, but no, I think the lad's right to go through and score. Like it's up to the ref to blow the whistle. We say this all the time that like it's down to the ref now. The players are told do not stop unless the ref blows. So he was only doing what he's told, I reckon.
Yeah, and you know, just the fact of I can remember, was it Scum scored a goal when they should have kicked it out? Everyone thought it should against Plymouth, and that sent them down, got relegated on the last day of the season. You know, and I tried saying online to a couple of people, sportsmanship is dead in football. I'm sorry, like you got players diving around, feigning injuries. What was it the other days between Man City and Arsenal? One of them threw a ball and he acted like he'd been shot. Like it's dead sportsmanship in football. It don't exist. So why would they put it out? You know, it's for me. It's no. If shot Nessie slips up like Gerrard, what's the difference? You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. It's just one of their moments in football. Nothing against the rules. Just got to take it on the chin. Unfortunately, you know, it's what else can you do? And again, for me, that made no difference. For me, the second half was just as bad as the first. The only difference was we had some decent corners and the keeper had to pull off some good saves. But if all we're doing is creating from corners,
Do we think we're Arsenal?
Exactly. Yeah, we criticise Oxford for that, so I can't then turn around and say, "Oh, we're unlucky not to get a draw or something because we had 2 or 3, saves from corners." Sorry, you got to create. I'm a big believer in set pieces are good, obviously, but you need to create something off the pitch, and it just
We created nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
The whole team was pants. I think the only positives were the subs. I thought LaRue was the best player. I thought Josh Knight looked good, and it eases the worry of Shaughnessy. I thought Aidan Matthews looked decent when he come on. I thought Mark, because I still can't pronounce his name, Kosnowski. I thought he looked decent when he come on. And I also quite like the look of Kirk up front. I thought, he looks like a competent player who can cause some issues. He likes to get stuck in, and it was one of the first things he did.
It's something different, isn't it, having him up front as well as Bishop? Because obviously Bishop has got aerial threat, but he's still more of a poacher. Whereas having Kirk as well, you can go 2 up front almost, and you've got a bit of extra height up there as well.
I love to see that. We lose like that, and all of a sudden Matt Ritchie's name gets banded about, saying,
that's absolute bollocks. I'm sorry.
Apparently Matt Ritchie would have got us 2 or 3 goals.
What a load of shit! That's got nothing to. If my aunt had uncle, if my aunt was my uncle, like what?
Matt
If Matt Ritchie was in the squad, we would have got back in the game. No,
it's got no relevance whatsoever.
I'm pretty sure Matt Ritchie's only played about 15 to 20 minutes since he's been at Reading. So, and it all stemmed from this, like, when he came on, he was like a real presence and a real leader. It's like, well, he's only played about 15, 20 minutes so far this season for Reading. Like,
he impresses people because he shouts. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Like, if that impresses you, then I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
irrespective, and I people saying about his leadership, I'm sorry, but having someone like Connor Chaplin, John Swift, Andre Dazelle, Colby Bishop, they should have enough leadership between them to be able to sort it out. You don't need Matt Ritchie to scream up to be able to win that game.
And also, we had nothing. We had the ball, so what's he pressing? Do you know what I mean? A couple questions on the second half. I thought, like, some devil advocate questions. When Shaughnessy went down, this obviously we're 2-0 down at this point. Were you surprised that maybe we didn't just go for it a bit and brought Kirk on then and went 3 at the back with Paul, Knight, and Ogilvie? Because I think Sheffield Wednesday had 1 attack after their goal the whole second half. It seemed a bit odd and a waste at 2-0 down at home to just stick with a back 4. Or do you think Messina did the right thing?
I don't think he likes to change formation that much, so I think it's very unlikely that he was going to ever do that.
Well, he did change eventually to a 4-4-2, didn't he? I just wondered if it was worth bringing Kirk on a bit earlier. Maybe cause, it's hard for him to get involved with only 20 minutes, 15 minutes to go. But it was just you looked around that pitch and no one turned up. It's one of them games, unfortunately. It's Segasic didn't turn up, Chaplin didn't turn up, Bishop didn't turn up, Biachini didn't turn up. For me, I don't mean you don't agree, but he's fucking woeful. If he's the bright spark of that game, then that worries me, because if that's what he can do, then I don't want to see it. Because all he did was walk into players and cross the ball into the front row of Fratton end.
But it's still more than
still more. But the others have shown more. If that's what I'm saying, if that's the best he can give us, I don't want it. Because he was fucking woeful to the point where there were people walked out the moment he didn't get subbed off for someone. I can't remember who it was. People were like, surely you can take him now. Literally, a load of fans around me just stood up and went, I ain't watching it. If he's still on, I'm not fucking watching.
But who are you going to bring on for him?
Anyone.
There was
Devlin, bring him on.
There was no wingers on the bench.
I'm not sticking up for Seggers. Seggers had a poor game. But as we saw against Norwich, he can produce something from nothing. I'd rather keep a player like that on than someone who is trying their best and probably tried their best more than anyone else on that pitch, but still sucked. Do you know what I mean? Where Seggers could have easily just picked out 30 yards out and smashed it top corner. That's the sort of player he is. Biashini can't do that. That's my issue. I'm not saying Seggers he had an awful game, terrible game. I've talked about it with Mark. Even Mark said he was fucking pony. Do you know what I mean? But I personally would always keep those types of players on who can just create something out of nothing.
If he had a winger on the bench, I think he would have done. But
Yeah, and
it's
I
just the
was
fact
going to
that
slag Messino off for that because I couldn't believe Yang weren't on the bench, but then we learned he's injured, so I couldn't.
so he picked up a knock. Murphy obviously has a slight injury.
Well, we hope.
We don't know. I don't know where Franco Ume was.
He's injured as well, isn't he? He was in the list of injuries.
Is he injured as well?
Yeah, he's injured. We've done a hamstring, I think.
If he wasn't, if he had an option on the bench, I think Bianchini would have 100% come off.
Mm.
But the fact that there was no other wing options.
But Devlin could have played there. He played right wing. He can play left wing. You know what I mean?
I know he plays where he wants, but yeah, but I know Bianchini didn't have any end products, but he's more likely to have end product than Devlin.
Maybe. I don't know. It was.
I think Moose's hands were tied really with his substitutions because of the lack of attacking options we had. You know, you don't even have Waddingham available. He could have played on the left if Waddingham was on the bench, but even he's out injured for 12 weeks.
Yeah. So we got Waddingham out. We've got possibly Murphy not available Saturday. We know we don't have Chaplin available. I think he said Blair and Yang could be in contention, but then I've also read that they're not in contention. So I don't really know if he's told two different
when he
outlets.
spoke to Rob Sills, because Rob Sills was at the press conference, Blair and Yang are available. So
I'm hoping so because we need options. Because
I think you have no option but to start Bianchini on the left, which I know you're going to hate.
Yeah, no, but his hands are tied. I can't moan at it.
You put Segacic into the 10.
Yeah, which is where he's best played.
And then you give 45 to both Blair and Yang if they can both make that.
Yeah,
Blair.
Because
neither of them are going to be able to probably play more than 45.
I really hope Blair gets back to what he showed at the end because I do like Blair a lot.
And then you play Dazelle, Leroux, and I think the keeper stays the same for now as well.
Yeah, you'll keep Killip. What about you, Daz? Anything you would change? So, segueing on to Ipswich now. Anything you would change for the game?
Mainly just, I think the main change is Leroux to come in. I think Leroux and Dazelle need to start because it's quite similar to what I wanted against Scum was two lads with a lot of legs, and obviously Swift did a good job against Saints, and then obviously threw one in on the weekend. With wing like that, it depends who's available. I think.
Does Devlin play right wing?
I don't know. I suppose we'll probably be a little bit more defensive, but with that,
or do you play Swanson right wing and Williams?
Well, that's the thing. Like when you're a little bit more defensive, you want pace, like in your attacking areas, so that when you do break, you can break with pace, and then hopefully hold the ball up. Everyone gets up with you, or if you want to sort of catch them out and sort of get around them. I think it's only.
Do you take Harry Clout?
Would I play Harry Clout?
You can't.
Why?
Harry Clout?
It is Clout.
Yeah.
You can't play him.
Why?
He's on loan at Farnborough.
Not Clout. Who's the winger? Hang on. Who's our young winger? What's his name?
Ume.
No. Our own young winger. It is Clout, isn't it?
Yeah. He's on loan at Farnborough.
I mean,
bring him back.
You could bring him back because he's non-league, so I'm pretty sure you'd be able to bring him back as quickly as you want to.
That would be the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring him back. Obviously, I'm not
to bring him back from barely playing National League. He plays about 20 minutes if he's lucky every week. To throw him away to Portman, start him at Portman Road would be a massive mistake.
Yeah, I would guess.
Not necessarily start him. I just would take him.
I'd guess, you never know. Maybe Kirk might play, and then Segatic stays out on the right.
I
Being
think that'd be a
be,
mistake as well.
being cheap.
He really struggled on the right
He's
because you.
not. He's not a right winger.
No, I know,
No,
but
you can get away with it for maybe a game or two, but you could see at that point all he was doing was trying to cut in on that left foot.
yeah,
He
but
desperately needs to try and develop that right foot a
Yeah,
bit.
100%.
Just so then if he does play on the right, he isn't such a, I say this politely, a one trick pony, because it was too obvious that every time if you would Harry Hamas, it was just all right. I'll just show you down the outside, and he couldn't do it. That's just something. Hopefully, he will develop with a bit of time and a bit of coaching.
yeah,
But so
the
for now,
problem.
you got to get him back in the middle.
Yeah, but the problem is if we haven't got the other players to be able to play in certain positions, like because of this week and the certain players we have out, it might be the only option you have, and you just have to sort of plug in there and go up there and try and just see a game out, and then
Unless he changes formation.
Or do you put? I know we want to drop him, but do you put Swift in the 10,
well,
which is
yeah.
his
No,
natural
I
position?
think I'd rather have Koznovsky in the 10
Oh
personally.
yeah, all Kozlowski.
Well, that's the thing. There's different options. Like, I mean, he might want to play more of a flat 4-3-3 stuff like that. Like, because a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-3-3 like very interchangeable. Like, you sort of move into a 4-3-3 when you're defending anyway, ideally, especially when you're away from home, and 4-2-3-1 when you're looking to like go out and play. Um, Luke Laroux's main one comes in. Obviously, you're going to have Josh Knight who's going to come in. Um, Apart from that, it depends who's fit. You could say I would love to say like you play what's the lad from Tottenham?
Yang.
Yang. I'd love to say, yeah, play Yang out on the right, Segatic in at 10, and then worst case scenario, Bianchini out on the left. But I don't know who's fit and who's not. Like it's very like obviously we've seen the pictures of Murphy. He's meant to be training tomorrow. Whether it does or not, obviously we know Messina likes to bend the truth a little bit. But for me, if we're gonna like say players that are gonna come in, I think for certain, obviously it's going to be Josh Knight, and for certain Luke Laroux's needs to come in. The rest of the not sure where each player's going to play. You just have to sort of wait and see. Otherwise, we'll just be guessing.
Harry, do you want to do your stats for the game?
Yeah, quickly. So technically, their last 5 games are now one including the cup. There's 3 draws. Their last game that actually was played in full, was a 5-0 demolition of Sheffield United, which inevitably left in that scummer Ruben Sellers losing his job, and Sheffield United got Chris Wilder back for a third time. Last time out, Ipswich were losing 1-0 to Blackburn, with also Jacob Greaves was sent off, and they were down to 10. The match was abandoned the 80th minute due to a waterlogged pitch. The referee deemed it not viable to finish the last 10 minutes or so on. I can understand why after seeing videos of it. It wasn't really going anywhere, the ball.
Yeah, you could play on.
No, but I don't know what you boys think about it. It's been decided today that the EFL have decided that the match needs to be replayed in full. Now, I think that's very unfair on Blackburn.
Yeah. No way.
I feel once a game reaches a certain point, it should just be taken as gospel, as in that's the result. If we were 5 minutes in or 10 minutes in, I can, you'd play it. I say play the game again in full. But when you're at the 80th minute, I think the result should stand.
Yeah, it's what in the 80th minute, Ipswich had a player sent off and Blackburn 1-0 up. I mean, it's if there's ever going to be a time when like sort of you take a result as it is, like I mean that's it surely. And I was always under the impression once the game got past 75 minutes, anything that happened after that, the result usually stands.
That's what I thought as well.
If it's 1-1 and stuff like that, like and Ipswich had a player sent off. I can maybe understand the game maybe again being replayed, but like the fact that Blackpool 1-0 up and Ipswich were a player down, like, I don't know, like, and I saw the footage of the ball and stuff like that, so it had to be called off because it was. I mean, it was worse than when we played Sunderland at home, wasn't it? Like, because of it seemed like it was all over the pitch for us. It was in certain corners. But yeah, I just think it's a bit silly to replay the whole game again. I'd have just left it at the result as it is. It's a win for Ipswich because obviously they get to replay the game. And obviously it's a loss for Blackburn because, like, I would guess it's probably gonna be about a 3 or 4 nil drubbing by Ipswich when the replay gets played.
So if we go down to the last 12 games, on the head-to-head, we've won 7, we've drawn 4, and they've won 4. However, we haven't been so lucky really against them, especially in the league. Can either of you tell me the last time we beat them in the league?
In the league?
I'm not including the shitty puppy trophy.
Was it Ronan Curtis at home 1-0?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
It was not.
No?
We've been
No.
then, have
We
we?
beat them since then.
What,
Okay.
at home?
Yeah.
First, was it Danny Cowley's first game in charge?
Oh yeah, 2-1. I always forget the COVID season.
Yes, Tom Naylor and Marcus Harness.
That's it, yeah.
COVID literally wiped from my brain.
I thought we were going to win the league after that.
Our last away win.
What, in the league or the cup or anything?
Anything.
Well, because we beat him in the... Was it Papa John's we beat him in?
Yeah, no, so league then, sorry.
League away from home would have been... Was that the COVID season as well?
Claridge header.
Huh?
The Steve Claridge header.
Did we beat him? We beat him because we beat him in the FA Cup and in the league, didn't we? In that COVID season, away from home.
Away it was 2-2 draw, wasn't it? We were 2-0 up, weren't we?
How was it?
Yeah. Was it 1999?
No, it was February 2011. We won 2-0.
Oh, it was not Steve Cottrell, he was the manager. David Cottrell. Was it David Cottrell?
Yes.
Yeah, he got both or one of them? I can't remember.
Did Nugent get the other one?
It now won't load, so tough. Won't find out. Someone will know. Yes, we have to go back 14 years. The last time we beat them at their place. So in the league. So good luck. Yeah. So
they're in shit form, aren't they?
they're not doing great, are they?
But the injuries are a worry.
They're below us. They're 6 points from 5 games.
Who went first last week?
I don't know. Obviously, all of us got no points last week.
Yeah, you can go first.
Oh, good. I'm gonna go. For 3-1 loss. I just think they'll have a kind of want to prove a point after last week. Jacob Greaves' suspension does still stand, even though the game's been abandoned and has to be replayed, which is another bizarre rule of the EFL. So they are without Jacob Greaves, but I just think they'll have too much quality. I think Jaden Philogene is looking very tasty, and I think Ogilvy's going to have a hell of a game up against him.
He looks like a different player, that Murphy.
He does. It's like Lee Brown and Ronan Curtis all over again, isn't it?
I think now it's come apparent it was Murphy that, because Murphy weren't there at the beginning of the season, was he? He was injured, wasn't he?
Yeah.
By the time Murphy got up to speed, all of a sudden Ogilvy become good. I don't think there's no coincidence that when Murphy's not in the team, Ogilvy just doesn't look the same player. I think sometimes just two players just have that partnership, don't they?
Yeah. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Ipswich. Colby Bishop to get one for us, though.
Okay. Daz?
obviously my heart says draw, my head says loss. The thing I'm holding on to is that, like especially like last season and even this season when we've gone away from home against the better sides or teams that are expected to finish top six plus, not top six plus, but top six and maybe second or first, we've actually put in a really good shift and done really well. So um, I'm gonna stick with my heart. I'm gonna go 1-1, and then let's have a goal from Stega.
Well, I'm going to say 1-1. I just think we look like a different team away from home.
Yeah.
Home is a bit of a worry. Norwich were poor. We were poor against Preston as well, and then shocking against Sheffield Wednesday. But all our away games so far, we've been the better team, in my opinion, or at least matched whoever we played. West Brom looked better than Ipswich so far, and we more than matched them. So, yeah, I'm going to go 1-1. It's difficult with goal scorers when you don't know. Obviously, you both gone for two who are going to start. I'm gonna back my boy again. He's gonna hit one in Dazelle.
And we better preview next Wednesday as well while we're here.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's my bad. I didn't even think of the Wednesday game. And that's against Watford, isn't it?
It is. So we're at home against Watford, who aren't doing too well either. There's been links that their manager is going to be sacked already, which again for Watford isn't really that much of a surprise.
Is Bar still with them?
Quado Bar is still there, yes.
Oh,
So far he's got just the one goal this year so far in the league.
he's the best player in the league then, because that's what they were saying last year when he only had like 2 goals.
So their last time out, they haven't won in the last 4. So they drew to Swansea, they drew to Scum, they lost at home to Blackburn, and then they lost away to Millwall. But Millwall were doing pretty decent, so that's not exactly that was only a 1-0 loss. They obviously haven't scored in their last 2. They haven't kept a clean sheet in 7 matches. So that includes the cup, I think. So the interesting stat between Portsmouth and Watford is Pompey and Watford haven't drawn any of their last 6 matches against each other.
That's a lot of matches.
That is. So there's going to be goals, basically. Goals and goals and goals.
Oh, I'm going to clip that when it's 0-0. So Watford's a difficult one. I'm going to go first on this one. I do worry about our home form at the moment.
It seems to have swapped, isn't it, from last year?
I just think teams are just sitting back more against us at home, aren't they? I'm gonna go Pompey. We're gonna play well. We always seem to do better under the lights as well. I'm gonna say 2-0, and I'm gonna go Seggers. As you went first between the two, so Daz, you go next.
Yeah, like I think obviously it is a bit worrying the way we've been playing at home. What I don't like is the fact that we did it like when we played the likes of Plymouth at home and things like that. Like you give certain teams to hold on to something. Like us conceding so early against Sheffield Wednesday gave them something to hold on to, and it's teams like that when you're playing at home. You just need to sort of, even if you're going at half time 0-0, it's better than like sort of giving a team something to hold on. Like at least with 0-0, you can nick something. Watford, I think, will come out and play a bit differently. Again, they've got a player which we don't want to really give free kicks away in and around our box if we can help it, because the young Aussie lad obviously can ping them. He pinged one against Scum, and I think
He's got a foot on him, isn't he?
yeah,
Jesus.
and he pinged one against, I can't remember who else it was. So again, nothing silly. But I think I don't want to just call 1-0 because I want us to really sort of start opening teams up and try and get like 2 on the board and maybe plus after that. but I will go. I was going to say 2-0 as well, but I'm going to go 1-0 instead. I'm hoping it's going to be 2-0, but 1-0. I'll go Bishop.
That's
Lovely. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Pompey win. I think we'll bounce back from a defeat at Portman Road under the lights, and Connor Chaplin will get his first returning goal.
Oh, I love it if he did, because we need to see more of him. But he will come good in time. I'm sure of it. Anything else you want to say on the 2 games coming up?
Just don't lose both of them.
Even though you've predicted a loss, but
Yeah, I didn't predict to lose both though, did I?
No, I'm only pulling your leg. Right.
As long as that's all you're pulling.
Moving on. I'm gonna do. Well, you two are gonna do Taskmaster this week. I hope you.
God.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this all week. So last week, if you haven't heard, I set them both a task because I want a song for Andre Vidal, or chant, whatever you want to call it. So Haz and Daz have the task of making one each. It can't be just copying another club song. It needs to be something original. And then what I'll do is, I don't know if we'll put the clip up or just the lyrics and the name of the song it's, sung to, or wherever we do it. And let you guys decide who the winner is rather than me.
Deary me.
And hopefully it catches on. So, Haz, as you're moaning the most, you can go first.
So have I actually got to sing it?
Sing, chant it. You don't have to sing it. Just like you would at football.
Fucking hell.
Well,
Right.
first of all, what's the tune? What's it based on?
Oh, I don't know. It's making it up as I go along.
You haven't based it on an actual song.
No, I didn't think we were allowed to.
Yeah, no. I mean, like an actual song, as in like a real song.
Oh, I thought I had to make it up my new song.
Yeah, new worded song, but you could use the background of another song.
Oh,
if you get what I mean.
Oh, well, I'll just come up with my own song in my head.
I'll tell you what, Az. I'll give you another week, but we're listening to Daz's now, unless Daz has done the same.
No, I've got one. I've absolutely got one.
So what's your theme? What's your song?
Well, I did have a look to see if any clubs use this song, but it's Rhythm is a Dancer.
Because
basically what I did,
Murphy song, or was that? No, that's
Rhythm is a Dancer. Is in it's Rhythm is a Dancer, isn't it? Yeah, Rhythm is a Dancer, he's a soul companion. That one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's been used, but go on.
Has it? By you?
I think Spurs have used it.
With who?
Anthony Elanga. Anthony Elanga.
Oh, right. Well, I had no idea.
It's fine. If you generally didn't know, I'll let you off.
I didn't sift through every club's fucking songs because,
yeah, Man United used to sing that for Anthony Elanga. I only know that because my boy used to sing it all the fucking time.
Right. Tell your boy, shut up.
Go on then. Hit me with it.
This is based on Devlin because I thought one, some of the lyrics linked a bit, and also Devlin needs a better song than he plays where he wants.
I could have said, I swore I said it had to be for Dazelle.
Does it?
Yeah, he did.
Did you two listen to anything I've said?
What? I didn't realise it had to be for Dazelle. I could do Dazelle instead if you want, but just change out Devlin for Dazelle.
Please do, because that was the point of it.
Right. Well, I'll do this one, and then I'll do another one for Dazelle next time. Then, if you're giving Harry another week.
Go on then. Right,
Wow.
you both get another week. So to make it clear, I want you can make us use an actual song.
Yeah.
And just make sure it's not used from another club, or as best as you can.
Well,
you generally didn't know.
No, well, because that was the thing. I was put it on my iTunes. I was just skipping through 90s classics and stuff like that, and that popped up. And then obviously Everywhere was in it, and I thought that's perfect for Terry Devlin. So
right, well, crack on. It still might get on. Sing it for us then.
Right. Okay, I practiced this earlier. Right, so here it goes. Devlin is a dancer. He's our sole companion. Plays for Pompey everywhere. Lift your hands and voices, free your mind and join us. He can play everywhere. Oh, it's Terry Devlin. Oh, he can play everywhere. Oh, it's Terry Devlin. Oh.
That's too long.
Thank you.
It's too long for Pompey fans, but that is a good song.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Right, so next week, a song based on an actual song, but with Dazelle in it.
Giselle. All right, okay. I can have
All
something
right.
even better.
All right, so now we're going to move on from the quickest Taskmaster of all time.
So I sung for. Surely I must get something for that. Just actually having a song. Surely get half a point or something.
No. Because technically Harry has got a song.
Well, let's hear it then.
All right, then. Go on, Eds.
Yeah, let's hear it. Come on.
Oh shit!
Ah, you can blame You can blame Russ for this. By the way, Has.
Right, ready?
If Russ would have just given me half a point, you wouldn't have to do this. Just let you know.
If you didn't squinny, you're all right.
Right. Right. Right. Here we go. On the pitch, swift as a gazelle, with every goal the crowd's cheers will swell. In this beautiful game, his skills foretell. We will cheer his name, Andre Dazelle.
But that's kind of got like a. I'm trying to think. It
There you
sounds like
go.
they're going on a piss with Georgie Best, doesn't it?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I get. I
But
like
that
it.
don't forget that's my own like tune that I've just made up in my head.
No,
So
you've done well. Right, you both. Do you both understand what you're going to do next week?
well,
Song
I've
about
done it.
Devlin, yeah. Definitely song about Devlin.
I've done it. I've wrote a song about Dazelle.
But I want it based on an actual song.
It is a song. I've just made it. It's my song.
Have you copyrighted it?
You know what I mean. You know
Why
what
not?
I mean. You got a week to do it from a song that's been released in the charts.
I'll fucking upload it on Spotify. Then it's released.
Right. Can we move on to Daz rankings, please?
Yes. Right.
Or is
So
that what you think about saying the word ranking?
it's got to be just to be safe. Right. So yeah, blind ranking. So what I've done this week again, it's trying because obviously I know Russ, you want to go more from your era as well. So what I've done is for Russ, you're gonna have a random 10 British players that have ever played for Pompey. Obviously
Cool.
from
Yeah.
like what 91, 92 season roughly
Yeah,
upwards.
yeah. My first ever season was 92, 93, but
Yeah.
91 would do me.
So basically, these players had like the players at the very start, like of that, would have signed around 91, 92. But I know they definitely would have played in the 92, 93 because obviously that's when I started Sport Pompey as well and saw them. You're having international players from I think it was like 2005, 6. I don't think there was anyone else there in the list that goes before that. There may be one player that might be a bit iffy, but again, you'll know who he is. So who wants to go first? Let's go. Has. We'll go Has first. Come on.
Hello.
So these are just like 10 random players that have played for Pompey that are internationals. Russ has got British players. You've got internationals. So anyone that's actually I'm just trying.
Republic of Ireland.
So I'm just trying to think if any of them were Republic of Ireland. One, I don't think he is. I think he's not that. But so you've got international players. So we will start off with Frederick Picquion.
4.
Oh, Picquion, lovely. Next one will be Eric Husekleb.
We'll go 5.
That's fine. Nicholas Schmid.
So tempted just to put in one because I just love him so much. Nicholas Schmid. He can go number 2.
Number 2 for Nicholas Schmidt. John Villafara. Do you remember him? That's the one I was iffy about.
No, I don't. So he can go 10.
10. Okay, that's fine. He went to Scum after us, so that's acceptable.
Wow, worked out well.
He went from us to Scum, didn't he? Yeah, because I think he, because he was shit. Next
Didn't mind
one.
giving him. It was like ha ha ha.
Yeah. Next one, Nico Cranchar.
Jesus. 3.
3. Lovely. 3. Next one up is Abdullah Kamara.
9.
I had to be careful of like how I said his name because obviously I don't want to get mixed up with Abu Kamara.
You know what I mean? His name is Abdullah, but yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's how I said it. Got a speech impediment. Leave me alone. Next one up will be Sully Montari.
Oh, no. Oh, man, I've not done well this week, have I? He's going to have to go 6.
Okay. Sully Montari 6. Pedro Mendes.
Right, he's going to go 1.
Right.
Because I think you might stitch me up on the last 2 and they're going to be really shit. So I'm going to stick them 7 and 8.
So La
Go
Sala
on.
Diarra.
He may as well go 7.
7. Okay, that's a good choice because the next one was Romain Pandavani.
Oh, I wish I could have put in 1.
Yeah. Romain Pandavani is
That is, I've had a stinker, really. There.
So you've got
Not had-
what? You've got Pedro Mendes first, Nicholas Schmid second, Nick Cranchar third, Freddie Picquion fourth, Eric Husler fifth, Sully Montari sixth, Diarra 7, Roman Pandavani 8, who's 9, Abdullah Kamara,
Abdullah.
and then bottom is John Villafara. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not too bad. I said like we throw some humdingers in there, so it's not horrendous, but I suppose I sort of set you up for failure. I think.
I don't know. Montari Diarra that low is pretty horrendous.
Yeah, yeah, below Eric Huskalep. I was hoping Roman Pandavani would be a bit higher, but never mind. So, Russ, you've got British players, and I'm pretty sure none of these are from the Republic of Ireland. I'm pretty sure they're not, but if I'm wrong, I don't care.
Not me. It's not me you're insulting.
If as I said, if I'm wrong, I don't care.
You're gonna have to put a statement out, mate. You are.
Yeah. But yeah, I've tried to throw in some old school humdingers in there. Not humdingers, but there's some are good then. But right, first one we're going to go with is Hayden Mullins.
I'll go 7.
7. Lovely. Hayden Mullins, number 7. Martin Allen. Has no idea who I'm talking about.
If I remember rightly, he was a bit of a letdown, wasn't he?
He lived in Winchester. I used to get lifts to him with him to his football like summer schools and that.
All right. But he came with quite a big reputation.
Yeah.
Up to it. If my memory serves me right, anyway. I'll go 8.
8. Okay, Martin Allen 8. We'll go with Matty Taylor.
Not knowing who you're going to put above. I'll go with a safe 3, just in case, because there are a couple that would be higher.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Drew Talbot to be number 1.
Close this one though. John Marquis.
Oh God. I have to go 9.
I'd stick him 11.
I can't put him above Hayden Mullins. I think
No.
I'd probably put Mullins a bit low, but
Guy Whittingham.
see, like the heart of me wants to put him above Taylor. I'll go 4.
Oh, cool. Guy Whittingham 4th. Lovely. Jerry Creaney.
Fucking hell. 10.
10. I used to love Jerry Creaney. Like,
Did you?
when I was a kid. Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather have Marquis.
Peter Crouch.
Oh, again, see, Hart wants to say higher than Taylor because I love him as like who he is, but he did play for them, so he has to be knocked down, unfortunately, to 5.
5. Okay, lovely. 5. We've got 3 left.
What numbers have we got left? 1, 2,
and 6.
1, 2, and 6.
So Paul Walsh.
Oh, you're really playing on like young Russ here. I'm gonna have to put him at 2. I did love Walsh.
Okay.
I think if I remember rightly, he was the first. I know back them days they didn't have names on shirts, but he was the first one I ever got with a name on the back of a shirt.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw like not even a name, but obviously Pompey used to be on the back, wasn't it, when we played Man United that time. Bryn Morris.
Oh, fucking hell.
1.
Got 1 and 6.
I can't believe I'm putting him at 6, but
6.
Here comes Drew.
No, but here does come Ben Chorley.
he definitely deserves number 1.
Yeah.
Footballing.
Well, he's the footballing brain now, isn't he? He's only obviously he's director of football and that, isn't he? So, right, you got Ben Chorley number 1, Paul Walsh 2nd, Matty Taylor 3rd, Guy Whittingham 4, who's PC, Peter Crouch 5, Bryn Morris 6, who's HM? Oh, Hayden Mullins 7, MA Martin Allen 8th, then 9th you've got John Marquis, and then 10th you've got Jerry Creaney. So. I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair ranking. That
Ben
one.
Chorley is right. I'm just not happy about. Was it a 6? I've forgotten now.
Bryn Morris.
Yeah, I'm not happy with him there. He should be at least 21st or something.
Penny Jackett's illegitimate child.
This week is the first time I've been able to direct you both into wrong decisions, which is good. Which is the aim of this game for me, to be honest. And I've managed to do that this week. So
what I love is well, the one thing I love about Bryn Morris is his one and only goal came against Southend, correct?
Yeah.
And he still tried his best to miss that from a yard out.
Right.
It almost
for the net.
Joy. All right. Best time of the week. Impressive.
Indeed, it is. Russ's best favourite time of the week. Great English there. It is Harry, so am I.
Oh, I am.
So, clue number 1. Alongside a former teammate, I was given an £80 fine by the police for attempting to steal bathroom fittings from B&Q.
Ben Johnson. Come on.
Glenn Johnson.
That's in this song. You nicked the toilet seat from B&Q. Johnson is England's number 2.
Shall I find another one? As that literally took less time than the intro.
You literally didn't even finish the question.
As soon as he said B&Q, I was like, that's Johnson.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I am currently the assistant manager of East Kilbride.
Did you say manager? To be honest, it doesn't matter if you said fucking tea lady. I wouldn't know who it was.
Assistant manager.
What I'm saying is, I don't know why I'm asking. Did you say manager? Because I don't know.
I've got the feed.
What club was it again?
East Kilbride.
East Kilbride.
So I got a feeling, like, I know Simon Ferry is doing like management or coaching somewhere along with his podcast, because I'm pretty sure I've seen it on his social media, but I don't know if it's that club. But we'll go for it. Like Simon Ferry.
Come on, you've got to do better than this.
Jesus. Yeah, because like I follow Simon Ferry and like sometimes listen to his podcast. So I think I've got him on Instagram, I think, and I've seen him coaching up there. So that's just the first person that came to mind, because I didn't think he'd be. I don't think he's coaching at like a massive club. So
You're gonna have to do another one now.
Am I going to have to do another one?
Yeah, that's too quick.
this is the first time ever, isn't it?
To be fair, after the last year where I've got you, I think it's about time I gave you a couple of easier ones.
Did you forget that the B&Q was in Johnson's song, or do you just didn't remember the song where you were young?
No, I just didn't remember the song.
Uh,
Right. Well, where are we going next? Let's go.
hardest one ever now. He's not asking us for numbers. He's purposely looking.
I signed my. Hang on. The first two clubs that I had permanent contracts at, I failed to make an appearance for them.
Jesus, that could be anyone.
Could even be Pompey.
Yeah, yeah, because he could come back, couldn't he?
Well, I just mean the fact we gave him the contract. He never played for us. For fact off. Just to speed up, because it literally could be anyone. Colby Bishop, I don't know.
It's obviously going to be a player that's come out of like 21s or something like that. I don't know. I think obviously he had played for Arsenal, but we'll say Miguel Aziz anyway.
What is he wearing, by the way, at Morecambe?
Right.
Jesus.
They do it every day, don't they? They do like a thing, like what do you call it? A thingy check.
That also extends to Miguel Aziz's attire. Number two, I played with Kyle Bennett, Tariq Holmes-Dennis, and Haji Minoga, but not at Pompey.
Holmes, Dennis, Haji Minoga, and who was the other one? I always forget three. I can never remember three.
You're useless. Kyle Bennett.
Carl Bennett. So this is a more of a recent player then, isn't it? So where's Bennett been at? Doncaster, was it?
Bristol Rovers.
Bristol Rovers.
Is it Holmes Dennis? He's at Huddersfield.
Huddersfield. Where's he been recently?
Don't know.
I have seen his name about recently.
And who's the third player?
Haji Minoga.
Haji Minoga.
When he at Charlton as well.
Who, Haji Minoga?
No, Holmes Dennis.
Oh, Holmes Dennis could have been. Haji Minoga could have been would have been what? Gillingham.
Aldershot, Gillingham, Salford.
Do you know what I'm thinking? I don't think he would have played. Like, it's only because of like two of the players. I don't know if it is or not, but I was thinking of Josh Koroma.
Well, I'm just thinking. So we said Holmes Dennis has played for Bristol Rovers, and so the other one, who is it? We said played for Bristol Rovers.
Tariq Dennis, isn't he? Is he play? No, he isn't. But I don't know why I've got a feeling Josh Koroma played a little bit at Salford, but I don't maybe didn't.
Carl Bennett played for Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
Holmes Dennis played for Bristol Rovers.
He played for like
I think they played at the same time. You don't think it's Marquis, do you? I'm going to say John Marquis. I know he would have played for Millwall, but fuck it, just carry on.
I'm going to go for Josh Koroma.
My father is currently my manager of the football team I play for.
Yeah, just manager. Wow. Oh. Oh my God, this is gonna.
How many? I'm trying to think of players that we've had that dads have been their manager.
I don't know why am I. This is going to be annoying. I don't know why I'm getting some sort of like thing in the back of my head about like a podcast I've listened to, and this is kind of thing being discussed where he's gone and then play. This guy's gone and then play for his dad. I don't know. I could be completely making this up in my head. I've had a couple of wines, so that could be. Jesus. Right. So I would guess he's probably not playing in the Football League because I can't think of any managers in the Football League that have their son playing for them right now. Because that's the story, isn't it?
I can't even think of any Pompey players that have a manager as a dad anyway.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe he's playing non-league now. And like you wouldn't know his dad is a non-league manager. Do you mean? Because it could be anyone. Like you don't have to technically have played at the highest standard to be like. Do you know what I mean? Because you could like you hear loads of stories about like players when they were kids and their dads used to run like the Sunday teams and things like that, and they used to go along and watch and that kind of thing. Like they weren't footballers per se, might have had a really good non-league career, but not had like a football career, so you wouldn't have known about them as such.
Who's in non-league then at the moment that used to play for us?
I don't know. Could be anyone.
Players we released, and we were one of the didn't play for their first couple of clubs.
Yeah. Do you know, like, I don't know why, like, obviously, because I'm thinking of, like, if we're thinking of a club that we were one of the clubs he never actually played for. Because, like, you got, like, but I don't know where Sam Magri is at the moment, but I don't think, like, because technically he would never have then played, because he
He's,
never came back to us.
I agree.
Because he went from us to QPR, and I don't think he played for QPR. That's one thing in the first two clubs he played for, like, professionally, he didn't play for. Do you mean?
Yeah, I know
And then
He's still around, isn't he?
I think he's at Bracknell now, or something like that.
Somewhere like that. Well, he was at Tottenham at one point.
Yeah, he's been at Havant, like, yeah, and he was at Tottenham last season. They got promoted, and I think I saw a picture of him, like, I saw it today actually. He's at Bracknell, but I don't know who the Bracknell manager is or of his name.
Go try him.
I can go on. Sam Magri? No. Because that's the thing. He obviously, if he's been released by us and then QPR, but then he would have had to have come back to us and actually played
He
for us.
he played for Malta, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking of, like, players like that. Whew.
I honestly don't know. I can't think of any players. So what was the players? So we're looking at Bristol Rovers players. You got Ellis Harrison, but does his dad manage? Do you mean? Who else has been at Bristol Rovers recently? And then who was the other player? Who was the three players?
Mate, you've got a memory of a fucking goldfish.
Things I know how
You when
I know
you're nearly 40, mate.
I know Halford's like retired, but is he retired from like
Yeah,
non-league football?
he's completely retired now, isn't he?
Is he from non-league football as well? Because he was at like hashtag, wasn't he, and stuff like that. So maybe
Does
he's
Pittman's dad manage Portchester? I don't know.
no. I can't remember it. I can't remember the mate's name now, but no, it's not. It's not him. Wow, I think we might be stuck with this one.
I can't even think of a name. I'm just going to have to concede.
Get in.
What clubs did he play with the other players for?
Kyle Bennett and Tariq Combs Dennis at Bristol Rovers.
It had to be a Bristol Rovers player. But who the fuck do we have go to other than Marquis?
Haji Minoga, Aldershot Town.
Who's recently gone to Aldershot? This got to be a player that we just didn't give a shit about.
You should know who he is.
Yeah, if he's gone to Bristol Rovers, did he go from us to Bristol Rovers?
Give me 2 seconds.
Or what point was he at Pompey?
He was at Pompey through the academy.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be an academy player.
He did go to Bristol Rovers from us with a loan from us in between, where he played for his dad also then, I believe.
Widrington.
Yes.
Is it Widrington?
I need a full name, please.
Theo Widrington.
When the fuck did he go to Bristol Rovers?
He did. Because his dad is the old ex-Scummer, isn't he?
Tommy Widrington.
Tommy Widrington. Yeah, that makes it.
And the last clue, the bonus clue, was going to be his brother as a professional dancer on Strictly Come Dancing.
He is, yeah.
I do not remember this player at all.
Theo Widrington. He like
Ginger.
Yeah,
midfield, centre midfielder. He never actually played for us, which is probably why you don't remember him. But he came through our academy.
So I was on the right lines with like Sam Magri and things like that.
Well, I had a feeling. I reckon we were one of the two that he never played for, but
yeah,
I wouldn't have got that. I don't even. I've heard the name, but I just don't remember him at all. Doing
because I think he went to school. I think he went to school with like my cousin because they're from like I think they live around like Chandler's Ford way. Yeah, and that's I was on the right track with Magri, like of a player that never actually played for us and went off somewhere else. If you'd have said he'd been at Aldershot earlier, I would have got it.
of course you would have.
Well, because I know Widrington he's been at Aldershot for years.
Yeah, they just won the FA. I think it was the Vase.
No, they wouldn't have been the Vase. It would have been the trophy, if anything.
FA Trophy.
Yeah, because the Vase is for teams in like Wessex Prem level, and that's the highest.
Okay, it was the FA Trophy. Then they won it.
Yeah,
at Wembley.
Do either you two watch that thing on YouTube or where coaches and managers are going to try and guess who's the professional footballer?
Yeah.
Magri was on one of them.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the professional.
I watched because the Scummers they did one, and it was was it Lallana and Ramsdale, and one of the blokes on there is like a vlogger at Scum. He was the one I said last week they released a statement saying that we always talk in the past. It was that lad that's on that. That's him who released a statement and said that we always talk in the past when they then released a TIFO with inverted commas. That was something about something that happened 20 years ago. So talking absolute shit as normal.
That's about right. Any other business, boys?
Anything
we missed?
I think so.
I think so.
Just off subject completely. If you speaking of like podcasts and that, have you seen this guy on TikTok that's like calling out all the players for all the lies they tell?
It's
HMRC football.
Hey, it's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but the problem is, I don't have an issue with him calling out stuff that players have said, but I think I said this on one of our recent podcasts saying about I think some players get mixed up with stuff. Some players might lie. You have to ask them.
Mate,
I don't
the
know.
Bobby Zamora one was a complete lie. Like you don't get that mixed up. Have you seen that one?
No, but the one that has annoyed me when it was Nicky Butt and Scholes talking about Rashford, but that's not them talking about they're not making up anything. It's just their opinion. And okay, they did something. Obviously, Scholes he didn't play in one of the cup games, and Nicky Butt missed a game. But that's not the same thing. Rashford's been over a long period where he hasn't performed. Where with Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes, they've played at the highest level and they performed at the highest level. quite consistently. So that's what they were talking about, not the fact that they made up something or things like that.
No.
So I don't want this guy to sort of get too big for his boots and sway off into another direction. Just stick to picking
Calling
up on
out
like
lies, 'cause
inaccuracies and stuff like that.
the
Yeah,
Bobby Zamora one was fucking hilarious. I don't know
I haven't
if
seen
you
it.
watched it, where he basically says that he made his England debut against Sweden, which was correct, at
Yeah.
Wembley, which was correct.
Oh, it was the Zlatan overhead
The
kick, wasn't
Zlatan
it?
overhead kick was the goal. Well, England won on your debut, mate. England won 1-0, and you weren't even in the squad when we played Sweden in Sweden when Zlatan
Yeah.
did the overhead kick. You weren't even there.
No.
It wasn't even at Wembley. So how can you say that was your debut game? There's things like that just crap me up. How this guy is just absolutely ripping some players apart. And I think it's fucking hilarious.
He hasn't done Joey Barton with Ben Thatcher
Oh, I
yet,
know.
has
It's well annoying. He got the whole thing wrong.
he?
Yeah. Couldn't have got it any more wrong.
He's just too scared to say anything about Joey Barton because he knows he'll get called out.
Well, did you see apparently Troy Deeney followed that lad and then unfollowed him? Just say
Because he called him out on something, didn't he?
yeah, he's like, I can see you kind of thing.
Well, Troy Deeney thinks he's fucking Ronaldinho, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mate, he'd pick himself over Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Oh, well, I can't. Was it Harry Kane you were talking about? He was like, "Is he a better finisher than me? Yeah. Is he better than this than me? Yeah. Is he better than this than me? Yeah. But he can't smash into players like me." And it's like, "Oh, I'd rather have you, Troy."
But to be fair, like Harry Kane, when he's done that backing in thing, is probably more dangerous than any tackle you could do, to be honest.
Oh,
Because if you back into a player mid-air and put them off their thing and they land on their neck,
yeah,
good night, Vienna.
yeah, exactly. But just it made me laugh. I just thought, and a couple because I only really listen to football podcasts. A couple players you hear and you think, even I'm like, you weren't there then. Like, you didn't sign for that club till 2007, and that happened in 2005. What are you talking about? I mean, so I'm kind of glad now he's starting to, call players out.
Rangers are losing again.
I bet they've lost their shit, their fans, haven't they?
Russell Martin's got to be sacked soon. They fucking hate him.
Oh, mate, it's fucking hilarious. He won't walk, will he? He won't walk out.
Of course not. He's going to get millions of pounds
Yeah,
for
he
it.
can't walk, can he? Like, if you walk, that's it. You lose out on
I
the right
don't
money.
think he'll be allowed. I don't think they'll let him walk soon if he carries on. They'll paralyse him.
Horrible, isn't it? Jesus. Like when all those balls went on the pitch the other day. It's like,
Oh, what a shame. An ex-scummer's getting done. Oh, no. We've already had one ex-scummer get sacked in Sellers. How many are we going to have this year?
yeah.
The only other thing is I might
So,
go over Celtic, the Rangers, but there you go. Got a soft spot for Rangers.
Yeah, same here.
yeah. It's just funny because it's Russell Martin. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Right, anything else, boys, or are we good to go to bed?
No, good.
Good. Right.
You can go. You can go to bed if you want.
Nah, I'll still be up. Right. Daz needs to go to bed though.
I do.
Right.
Take that medication, Dad.
Thanks for joining me, lads, as always. Good luck to the boys the weekend. Happy travels to those going up to Ipswich. Don't be surprised if people just stood there staring at the sun wondering what it is. Well, I hope we all have a good weekend and we're all happy troopers this time next week after 2 wins. He says with gritted teeth. Right, see you later. Play at Pompey and all that.